Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now today we are going to look at some advanced tips rather than all the starter tips that we've covered already. These are just things that I've picked up, been told by subs, told by people in my stream, things that I've tried and found that are really useful. Now some of these you might already know, some you may not, but if you can pick up at least one tip from this, then it's been worthwhile. Be sure to drop a like and comment below if there's any other tips that you think that people should know about as well, and I'll make sure that it's shared in the Discord. Again, my Discord link is below. I also have a Scum server and the IP for that is below in the description as well. So guys, let's jump straight into the tips. So this tip comes out really handy if your stamina is quite low. Now, melee weapons can take a lot of stamina, especially if you're a bit of a fat knacker. So if you get to that stage where you are slowing down, simply just hit the floor. Crawl across the floor. You can see, you're swiping, you can't actually hit me. Just lay there. This happens when there's multiple zombies as well. Just lay there, let your stamina get back up. Wait for him to swipe, then pop up. You get back into the fight. Now that's a really good one if you've got a horde near you. They can block doors though, because they just kind of all crowd around you, but it's extremely helpful if you're in like a group, because if one's really struggling with the horde or low, you can drop down, hit the floor and let your teammates take out the zombies, meaning you're not going to take as much damage. Now we've all been in a situation where we have two weapons and something in our hands and we want to check something that's in a tower, or we want to climb up a church or something else where we just want to use a ladder, and we always have to sacrifice by putting down the thing in our hands if we don't have enough space. Now this was actually told to me by someone in my stream chat. Put whatever's in your hands on the ground, go into the ladder, hit tab again, then take the baseball bat, hold it over, still holding left click. When you get to the top of the ladder, you'll see in a second in the vicinity it disappears. However, when I get to the top, drop it in and it's back there. So that it's like a little glitch that you can use. But if you're going up ladders where you're not going to go back down that way, or you don't want to go back down that way, you can do it like that, meaning you can take everything with you. You don't have to sacrifice whatever's in your hands. Now this one's actually really handy if you're in a camp or a barracks where you have mechs round about you. You can see at the minute I can't actually reach these boxes. I can reach that one slightly, but that one in the back corner I can't actually reach it. If you go into first person mode, you can reach it. If you're in first person, you've got a longer distance of basically be able to connect to an asset. So now I can actually search that box. You see? Now we see here again, I will go to this one, then I'll come off, I'll move back just a little. I can't actually touch that now. I can now. So you can see I'm smashing F, can't touch it at all. Press E again, I can search it. So that is an extremely handy one, especially if say you're in a position where the mechs are right next to you and you're going to have to reach out further. So think of it like this: if I'm tucked behind here, the mech's moving about, if I just literally press on there, I can search that then. Come away from it, can't search it. So that's a really useful tip to use if you are in, say, like the prison or one of the military bases where there's a lot of mechs around. You don't have to risk peeking around that corner and him locking on you and just basically ripping you to bits. Now this next tip is more of a play style tip. A lot of people, as soon as they start playing, for some reason that they are like flies around shit and go to the airport. The airport is basically a shit show. People camp the airport, they camp the perimeter of the airport. When you get to the airport, it's practically always looted. Yes, there's a lot of areas to loot, but is it worth heading all the way over there for the potential just to be camped? Probably not. So below in the description I have got a link to a very good map which has a full legend which you can break down to points of interest. You want to look to go towards the little military camps, the tented camps. You can always get a pistol and a pump shotgun in there. You can get the occasional AK as well. Now little towns aren't the best. They're good to pick up water, but apart from that they're very limited. Ideally you want to try and get to the bunkers. There's a bunker in D4 which is extremely easy to loot. If you can get in through the top hatch, you're going to probably get more than you're going to get at the airport anyway. So as a playstyle, personally I would say don't go to the airport unless you just want to go for PvP and you already have a lot of stuff. Probably just sit and camp it, because there's always some silly git that's just going to run back and just get shot because they're concentrating too much on the mechs. Now this next tip is quite a straightforward tip, but one you probably wouldn't think of. Now always cut rags by using scissors. You get way more rags by using scissors than you do using a stone. You can see there I have got absolutely tons of rags by using scissors for just a pair of trousers, and again use it for rag strips. It just makes life a lot easier. If you can get scissors straight away, keep them. Don't use a stone knife. You can see the difference is just unbelievable. Now I'll go over here and I'll just cut up this. I'll put these down in the vicinity, put this into my hand, and I'll cut this into rags. Now obviously this would be different slightly because it's not the same piece of clothing, but I just want to demonstrate the volumes and differences that you get from this. It is quite remarkable, to be honest. Same when you're butchering animals, make sure you use a knife. See, totally, it's just unreal. We'll cut this into strips because you'll see that this should be roughly the same ratio, but it's not. It's way different. So it's a key thing to always make sure that you use scissors. Totally worlds apart. Now a lot of people actually ask how you keep your energy up or how you regain energy. Well, it's simple. Literally kill puppets and eat the meat from the puppets. It is the easiest way to do it. Now as you see, after you search it, you can chop them up and you get a hell of a lot of meat from these. So there's the option, chop it up. Just need to make sure that that one doesn't run across to me. It doesn't do anything to you disease wise at the minute, anything critical anyway, but it gets your energy back up. Just put it onto a skewer and just cook it up. Now for me sometimes the energy doesn't go up straight away, it's time based, but it is the quickest and easiest way to do it. Then basically just go into this section again, take them back so I don't forget. Go to an arm and chop the arm up, and you'll see slashes of meat then. And there you go. Now there's fat as well. You can't really do much with the fat at the minute, but I think that will become more of a cooking object later. So I don't have a campfire at the minute, but I take that to a skewer, put it next to the campfire and eat it, and that will get your energy up. Now something that you should do, but a lot of people don't actually do it. Now where you can see these quick access slots, start putting things into the quick access. Now this means you can just quickly get it into your hands and use it. Just be aware, if you get something in your hands which won't fit in your bag, it will drop on the floor. But this becomes super handy when you're using things like the pistol. If you've run short of ammo, you've got your two guns in your back, but you want to switch to a pistol, having it as a quick access, or a grenade on quick access, or maybe even a small melee weapon is extremely handy to have. It's got me out of the shit so many times, it's untrue. But when I speak to some people and ask what they've got in their quick access, they tend to say nothing, which is surprising because it's something that can seriously help you. Now another useful tip, and one that I didn't really know about, but it was actually completely obvious and it should have been a thing until someone in my stream told me. If you are crafting and you come across someone coming towards you or a puppet starts running towards you, literally hit the middle. It cancels it straight away. Now that is so obvious, but unless you go over it you don't see it. So it's very good if you are crafting and you think, shit, I can hear someone coming, quickly press it, start moving again. Move back to place if it's stones on the floor, etc. Click on it and start crafting. So it's just a quick useful tip. I used to use escape to stop, but that means moving my hand away sometimes from the keyboard, and that split second could be the split second that a spear crashes through my skull. So it's a very handy tip to use. Now this tip is more of a glitch than anything else. Now if you don't use the awareness, which is holding down your right click, this basically allows you to hear things a lot better and cancels out the ambient noise around about you. Now one of my subs actually messaged me in Discord about this. If you hold right click, go into inventory, let go of right click, come out tab, you stay inside it until you right click again. This will help you hear other players and animals a lot better than it normally would. All you have to do is right click to come back out of it. Yes, you get tunnel vision, but if you can hear where things are before they see you, it's going to make the fight a lot easier for you. So I think this is something that will be fixed very soon, so make sure your awareness is high as well. It's always good to have high awareness, especially if you're a solo player, because then you've got an advantage by using this. As simple as that. It's going to help you so much. Now this next tip should be self-explanatory, but a lot of people don't actually do this. Always craft an improvised water container if you can. Animals are a lot easier to find now, so make sure you kill one, take the skin and start crafting an improvised water bottle. Now I'll show you what it takes to craft one. It is very straightforward. All it takes is a hide, some rope, but remember you can switch across and use improvised rope, which is rags, a knit needle or a normal needle. That is probably the hardest thing to find, but you find them in a lot of kitchens. Hacksaw, you don't need to use that. You can use a knife, axe, hatchet, stone knife, anything. But having that improvised bottle, honestly, if you're filling it up every single time you pass a town with a water hole, it's just going to help you so much. Hydration is such a big part of this game, so it's worth having one. Again, if you find any bottles that you can fill up as well, make sure you use that and fill it up.
I go la 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 la.